Welcome to MBM Billiards. Tonight's match that we will be streaming is Dave Dixon Jr. and Spear Mabry the Fourth. This is brought to you by MBM Photography at mbmphotography.com. You can also follow me at Mark Brian Melnick Photography on Facebook and 321 MBM Photos on Instagram. Host location tonight is going to be Island Breakers Billiards, Merritt Island, Florida. If you're a first-time comer, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, give me a like, and let's get into it. They lag in here. It looks like Dave is the gentleman in the white shirt. This is Spear. He is breaking. Both these players are skill level 7s and 8-ball. Spear, I believe, is a skill level 7 and 9-ball also. Dave is a 9 and 9-ball. This is Masters format. So because Spear won the lag and elected to break, Dave got to choose the format. That is the privilege of getting to rack. Sometimes it's an advantage if you like a certain format over another. Dave elected to start with 8-ball. That rack didn't spread very well. I'm not sure if he just didn't catch it that well. I will be editing out everything in between the last ball made and the next rack. Here we go. Let's see what Dave elects to start with here. Little context, Dave Dixon Jr. has been playing pool for quite some time. My guess would be probably in the 25-year range, maybe a few years more than that. I believe he was a teenager, maybe even a little younger when he started playing pool. He is a very, very top-notch level player in our area. Spear, I don't really know much about his pool history. I've only known Spear for about probably 10 or 12 years now. He's always only played Masters. He's a very solid shot. He only plays Masters. I really don't know much more about his pool career. I've never really spoken with it. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do like little interviews and somehow implement them in the video at some point. Ask them, the players a few questions about themselves, kind of like a little player introduction. I don't know. Maybe that's something to think about there. It looks like Dave elected to go with solids there. So pockets the 2 in the side, comes down. Now again, just a reminder, I am slightly colorblind. So if I do announce the wrong ball, sometimes it's just because, I make mistakes. Sometimes it's because I literally can't tell the difference between the I need to use a different logo. That looks terrible. But yeah, so Dave's got a good little run going here. I believe. Oh, that was a great attempt at the breakout, and that ball kind of, if you saw the way it hit off that what looks like the 13 and kind of slid forward some. And it fell flat and just never got the separation on the 4-3 that he needed. I'm sorry for the vibration. It's odd. Somebody must be at the table I set this up on, and I usually try and set it up on a table that's not being used, but I think this night it was the best option I had to set up and have a good angle on the table. A lot of times I like to record either with the tripod just on the ground if possible, or actually like putting it on another pool table because I know the pool table is stable enough and it's out of the way and I know people aren't going to run into it. So we got a couple little sponsorships on the screen. Island Breakers Billiards allows me to video as much pool as I want in their bar. Island Breakers Billiards is located in Merritt Island, Florida, at 950 North Courtney Parkway. If you have not been there and you come to Florida and you love playing pool, this bar is one of the nicest bars I've ever played pool out of. They take the owners, Johnny and Ray, two of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, and they take care of this bar like it's their home, and it's amazing. They actually are in the middle of refelting. Oh, that was a really good try. He tried two railing at that. I want to say that's the 4-ball, but I'm not 100% sure, so I apologize if it isn't. But that was a really good attempt by Dave. Spear gets ball in hand here. If you're new to pool, ball in hand is when a cue ball foul occurs. And so that would be any kind of scratch when you don't make a legal hit, whether you hit the cue into the pocket or you attempt to make contact with your ball and you don't contact your ball first and then strike a rail. That would be any other form of that would be considered a foul. So at that point, you get to place the cue ball anywhere on the table you want. APA is only cue ball foul. It is not an all ball foul format. So you may from time to time see somebody nudge a ball with a stick and they just, they'll put it back, and such like that. So that's just, the format, the nature of the beast. That's how it's done. Spear elects to take that ball and draw back to this. My presumption is he was probably trying to get on the 9-ball. I'm not sure if he can see it, but I think that's what he was trying to get on. He actually might have a shot at it. As you can see, we won't fault him for that. I'm just kidding. We always give some of the left-handers a little, oh, maybe he's not left-handed, actually. I just shot that left-handed. Oh, that was a great shot left-handed. Never mind, I stand corrected. We will fault him for it. I'm just kidding. No, that's one of the fun things about Masters is a lot of us know each other really well, so it really makes for a fun night, lots of joking, having a good time most of the time. There are points that, it'll get a little heated, it's competition, if you've played enough sports, you know how that goes. Sometimes, just you're either on the wrong side of the ball that night or just, things aren't going 100% your way. And sometimes, tempers can be a little short sometimes, but most of the time we have a really, really good time. If you watched my channel, the last time I posted, you'll see the guy over there in the white shorts in the back left corner. That is Mo. Him and James is sitting in the stool behind him. That was our last match we recorded. This is not the same night, though. This video is only a week old, something like that. Mo and James played last time. That was probably 6 weeks ago. Now at this point, maybe 7. Spear with a nice table run here. Let's see if he finishes it off and puts this 8 in the hole. It's a very good table run. Just calling it straight up in the corner. Again, unlike normal APA where in 8-ball you are required to mark your pocket, in Masters you do not have to mark your pocket. It is one of the luxuries of it. There is no requirement. You can call your pocket. You do have to be deliberate with your call. That way, there's no question on what you are. Looks like Spear made a stripe on the break. Also an APA format. You are what you make. If you make a stripe on the break, it is not open after the break at all. The only way it is open after the break is if you make one of each sets of balls, whether it's a stripe and a solid also. So, let's see what I really think the only ball he has a shot at is this stripe down here on the rail. God, if he tries to hold it, my assumption is he's going to roll forward. Let's see what he comes up with. Got it a little little on the thin side. He needed to hit it fairly heavy to get it to go down the rail, caught it a little thin and pushed it away from the pocket. Like I said, that's a tough shot because you're trying to, just pocket speed it in the hole. That way you still probably have that stripe in the side. Editing. Dave might have been getting a drink from the bar or something. Next time so this is also the first time I recorded with my real camera. A lot of times I record them with my phone because, quite frankly, I for what I'm doing with it, I don't see a true quality difference. And I just haven't recorded enough with my good camera to know how to set up the differences. I think Dave was just more or less separating balls since his stuff was all stuck there in the middle. But he did leave Spear that 11, which is his hardest ball on the table. So, but yeah, so the quality may not be as good. But I'm going to try it a couple times, see if I can get it better. I gotta learn how to video with my camera. This was shot with a Canon EOS R6 Mark II on 4 to 70 millimeter f2.8 lens. I want to say I have it set at like f4 or f5. Adjusted because I thought I was under the impression that my camera would record like up at like 120 frames a second. I may be mistaken, but I'm not sure. So again, this is all learning for me. So, if it looks terrible, let me know. If the last video looks better, the shaking's better because, God, man, this is so shaky. Makes no sense, but it is what it is. The last video I did, same tripod, but I did it with my phone. Had IBIS turned on my phone, my camera. I mean, it may not even be an option, to be honest with you. I'm not 100% sure. For if I have anybody that likes cameras or is curious, IBIS is in-body stabilization for higher end cameras, is what Canon calls it. Is IBIS. So yeah, excuse me. Been a long day. Spear looks like putting a good little run together here. I'm assuming he can get by that ball at the side. Assuming. He looks like that's where he's going. We'll see. Too, so it's usually a good indicator. Yep, he hit it. Wow, hit it good. Personally, I would be playing the ball down here on this bottom left corner, right English, and going 3 rails to this. I would not be playing this shot. That's me personally. You're stressing about that side pocket, so you don't really hit it the way you want to hit it most of the time. The other ball, you can just stroke through it and you don't really have to worry about anything as long as you don't just power stroke it around the table. I mean, you had a huge window of space to get to make that ball, in my opinion. Here. Distracted too. Over there, guys messing on the other table. Like I said, we tend to all talk and we'll talk to each other while we're shooting sometimes to a fault. So. Oh, maybe he couldn't see the whole ball. That was a good attempt, though. Looks like he tried a little baby masse around it, see what he could get. wearing white into a bar. And it's a baseball jersey, and I'm terrified to wear it out to the bars anytime because I always end up playing pool, and I always end up with blue on my hand from the chalk, and it just always gets on the shirts, and just I hate it. It drives me nuts. I believe that is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe the 7. And spin on that. That way it kind of gives him a couple options just depending on what he's looking like. I really like the 4 ball. 7, then roll up to the 3, then the 5, then the 8. Kind of make a little circle there, if you will. Uncharacteristic miss by Dave. But I will also point out, like, he's instantly over there trying to show Mo how to do something. So, he's not, I feel like maybe he's not 100%, whatever his reason going on. Very good coach. Dave taught me a ton of stuff when I was learning how to play pool. And the reason I say unknowingly is because I never actually sat down with him and had him show me stuff, but I watched him play enough that I learned patterns and different shape shots by how he hit shots. One of the smoothest strokes I've ever seen. Wow, fired that in. Did you see that? Just boom. That was a great shot by Spear. This with the little top right, and I'm trying to come over to hit that 8 to the side pocket on the same side of the table. Yep, just like that. Oh, yeah, overran it a little. Maybe he'll shoot in the corner. That 7 ball makes that corner pretty big. The problem with going to the side here is if you can scratch. The tables are fast enough though. You can get it soft enough. Looks like he drained it. Oh, so this is an even race. So Spear is up 2-0. I had a graphic in there in between racks. I apologize for that. I don't know why I'm apologizing. By the time you guys see this, the graphic will be there. It is what it is. Well, now you'll know that at this time in the video, the graphics that you're going to see in between each racks weren't there quite yet. I added them. I have them all set up in my queue to add, but apparently I did not. I will get that situated. Here, looks like he's taking stripes. Balls are super, super easy. There, start it over. Gets above the 9. He's on the right tangent line to naturally put himself down below the shots, which is where you want to be. One thing Dave is very good at is using natural lines. Dave can spin the ball with the best of them, but he really works on trying not to use a bunch of English to make shots. He tries to use, and we all do. I work on it very hard trying to play center, top, and bottom. And if I'm using English, it's a tip of left or a tip of right. But it's hard, I don't practice as much as I should. And when I say that, I really should just say I don't practice at all. My practice is me playing League. Other times I go out and get torched. As you will see in an upcoming video, I didn't get torched, but I didn't play well. Say that I did not play well. I very disappointed with the quality of play that I put forth in that match. But that's how it goes sometimes. We can't be rock stars all the time, because if we were, we wouldn't be paying to play pool. Look at that 7 off the edge of the side pocket straight down the rail, like Efren Reyes at his finest. The APA is a slop format league. It does not call your shot even in Masters, so that does count. He gets to continue shooting. A couple months away from playing for trips for Vegas. Vegas is actually coming up. I normally go to Vegas, and I'm kind of disappointed I'm unable to go this year. I normally go out there for singles and for teams for the APA. I mean, if you guys have not been, whether you win or not, if you can afford to go to Vegas during an APA event and you enjoy pool at all, you need to an experience. I mean, I can't even explain to you how cool Vegas is. But anyways, I normally go out there and photograph the event. I work for a couple different league operators to photograph their teams or their individual players while I'm out there. This year, unfortunately, with scheduling and I changed jobs, so I'm really not in a position where I can take that amount of time off twice in 1 year yet. And I'm not going to miss teams this year, so I had to sacrifice going out for singles for the time being. Qualified to play in regionals, and I chose not to play in regionals because I knew I wasn't going to be able to participate in Vegas, and so I didn't want to win a match and knock somebody out of the tournament that had a chance to go to Vegas that may have otherwise won the tournament if I wasn't there. So, to give you guys a little heads up too, we're about 20 minutes into this video. It's rather a long one. It's about an hour and 13 minutes long. I trimmed it down as much as I could, but this was a long, drawn-out match. I have about, I don't know, 6 or 7 videos coming up that should all be fairly short videos. A couple of them might be in like the 20 to 30 minute range. But on this channel, you also understand you're watching pool matches, and pool matches aren't slow. Spears got a good little run going here, man. I mean, he's putting it together. He tried breaking out that 5, which was not in a good spot, but I'm pretty sure if he hits this a touch thicker than he thinks, it'll kiss the ball and go in. Like I said, look, oh my goodness. How does that stay up? How good do you hit that and it stays up? I want to say Dave can at least see the 13, judging by the angle from here. I'm not 100% positive. Shoot, he might be able to see the combo. The way he's lining up, that does not look like the 13 on that line. But I mean, he really doesn't have a choice. He's got to go for this. Yeah, he could see the combo. And look at that. Flushed it. Very good shot. Is normally a right-handed player, but he switches. He is. A lot of us, you'll see it and you'll get people that'll, I don't know how many people notice it. I notice while people play left hand or right hand, but you'll see a lot of the players, they hated the bridge so much that they just taught themselves to shoot opposite hand. Dave wins that one, so it is now 2-1. Ooh. Anything. I thought he made a solid. I miscounted that twice. Jeez. So Dave didn't make anything. So wide open table, although he doesn't have an easy shot to start. Like he's got to make a pool shot right here. Pull it in, or he's going for the stripe. Went for the solid. Like I said, that wasn't an easy shot. I mean, that's no gimme. I mean, these are traditional pockets. I think they're 5-inch. They are. But these are Brunswick Super 8s. So they're big tables. They're almost the size of a 9-footer. So, it looks like a short shot. I mean, that shot from contact of the cue ball to contact of the object ball was probably 5-ish feet, 5.5 feet. Which is, I mean, that's not close. I mean, that's a super long shot on a 7-footer if you're used to shooting on that. So yeah, so this table is long by 4.25 inches wide, 4 1/4. So 8.3 feet or 4.3 feet? Yeah, 4.3 feet by 8.6 feet or 8 foot 6 inches, however you want to look at it. Sorry. I don't know. I'm talking like an idiot. Forgive me. Dave elected to take solids, which makes sense. Although I think he just hooked himself. No, he's got the whatever that ball is, 4 maybe. Maybe it's a 4. I can't tell. Oh, he can make the 2 from over there. Okay. At least I think he can. That would be a ball in hand. Yeah. So he caught, and for y'all that if you did or didn't see it, he caught the stripe. He made contact with the stripe right next to his solid, right as he was making his contact with his ball. So even though he pocketed his ball, he's not allowed to hit the opponent's stripe first, so therefore it is a ball and hand foul. Now Spear, on the other hand, he's got his work cut out for him. He's got 3, 4. He's got, 5 balls that really, they really don't go in a pocket as of right now. The 2 balls that are to the left of the side pocket, maybe if he's down near this 10 ball, I think that's a 10 or 12, whatever that is. Maybe if he's down there, he can make that ball on the side, whatever it is, the closest one to it. There is nothing easy about what he's getting ready to try and do. He would be playing safe here. If those 2 balls go on the side, or that 1 ball, I should say. Side, then you have a couple options you can work with. See, that's so. If he hits this square and kind of punches that 3 on our left, it would be his left side of his right side of the 3 ball. He might be able to get to knock those strikes. See how that 3 moved? Had he hit that firm, able to get his ball to kick out of there. But there's no guarantee. And my presumption would be is he is going to eventually not a unexperienced player, so he understands the value of the safety. We always execute it though. Doesn't matter where we're at on the table. You can 3-rail kick into a perfect safety, and sometimes you can have ball in hand and screw a safety up. So just just all depends. He's trying to. No, he tried getting through that, and I'm not really sure why, because I feel like he was in the position where he could move one of those stripes. No, it's hard to tell. It's easier when you're at the table sometimes to really see what's going on. Good hit. That's actually a really good leave. Jesus. About 30 minutes into this video. If you're still with me, man, I appreciate it. Don't forget to give this video a like. Smash that subscribe button, share the heck out of it, post it on any billiard forum you like. Help me get as many followers as we can. Tell me what you think. Comment. People think. If you hate it, you hate it. Tell me. Maybe I'll make a video of bumper pool if you like that more. Just kidding. I don't even know where I can play bumper pool. Opinions, negative or positive. That. Oh man, he fired at that. I thought he made that. He hit it good in there too. But I would presume Dave is out from here. Oh, he did hit it good too. Look at that, guys. Only putting left English on a ball. He meant to get into that to make the 8 a little more accessible. So try and hold for it. Overhit it. He overhit it. If he can kick it in, calls the side pocket. One rail, judging by the angle, I'm betting he has to put a little left on this to hold it tight. So he's probably hitting it fairly close to that side pocket. Oh man, yeah, that was a great attempt. Pointed in his mind, it was a make before he shot it. Probably that was still a good shot. Nothing gimme about that by any stretch. So let's see what Spear comes up with. He's going to shoot this ball first. Because that unfortunate error there, Dave is up 2-0, and Dave made a solid on the break. I mean, it's a pretty open table. See if Dave can do some damage here. It'd be cool to see a little break and run action if it's possible. I mean, it looks like he's got a natural line to put himself into that 6-3 up there. Long ball's at 5. One's down here. That's one, but they're there. Trust me. I'm not lying to you. But, he sees something. Where he needs to be on the 8 to have the best shot at it. I guess it doesn't go clean, so he's probably looking at all the way to the 1. Oh no, he went over to the 7. Okay. He was. It's good cue ball control. Like that lead particularly, anyways. He didn't make himself very good. And decide what he's going to do. He's got those balls on the rail, which always make it interesting because if you're not straight in, it's hard to transfer just from one to the other when they're only a diamond apart. Balls on the table, so you can kind of utilize a cat and mouse game, if you will. Surprises me. Now, judging by where that ball is, I can't tell, but it looks like he can come off the rail and get to the one. If he can, that cue ball will naturally get down table. He might be able to clean, but I don't think he can. Left here. He's probably going to play top left again. Crazy, Dave. So this is not a gimme shot. He put a little more left on it than he really needed, I think, there. Or he just hit it with more center than he intended, so it stunned a little more than just rolling naturally through. What a shot. Dave Dixon Jr. First attempt at the 8. E2-0. 9 ball and nothing. I don't think he meant to bank that. Oh, looks like he waved his hand in apology. Sorry. Unless he elects to jump, but Dave will jump, but Dave is always going to look at the kick first. And that's a good rule of thumb. If you're a young pool player and you play in the APA, even if you're up and coming and you're a solid player, like you've made it to a 6 fairly quickly, learn how to kick properly. Not a great kick, but it was a good hit. But learn how to kick properly. Kick before you learn how to jump. The level of difference of player you are is through the roof. Because I know a few players that are exceptional players, but they can't kick. And there's times that you need to know how to kick with control. They kick every time they kick to blast a ball as hard as they can, and that's not the right way. You want to kick, and like what Dave was doing there. Dave hit that a little on the firm side, but he was trying to push that one onto that rail and leave that cue ball long like that. That's what he was trying to do. Now, just like any safety or any normal shot, you can mishit a ball. That happens. You can overhit it. You can underhit it. We all do that. But I can tell you, man, Sphere's on a good little run right here. That's new table felt right there, most likely. Ball slides in a little more than normal, but it was good speed too. He didn't bang that in. Nice shot. But as I was saying, learn how to kick. Kicking is becoming, say it's a lost art, but it really feels like it is. Like, man, if you kicking 3 rails into an intentional defensive shot is so much fun. And there's a lot of opponents, they just don't see it. And when you do it and you implement, you flush it, and the ball just sits right where you want, just cradles up in this little crevice. It's just a lot of people just don't see it. Another good rule of thumb I can give you, advice, and I was told this recently by actually the bar owner that owns this bar, Johnny, who's a great player. He's played pool, grew up in a pool hall as a little kid up north. And I've really started trying to implement it a little more, but learn more than just eight ball and rotation. Try one pocket. If you're a lower to mid level player, and I'm thinking, as a three, you don't need to be trying one pocket, but it's a hard, at that skill level, you still want to work on your fundamentals. But if you're like a five or even a good four, whatever level you are, if you're a three and you want to do it, and then, and we'll use nine ball handicaps. If you're, a three, four, five, or a six, seven, eight, or whatever, I didn't play any of those games until after I became a nine. And I missed out on so much. There is so much I still have to learn as a 7-9. It's just, I started getting into straight pool, which is 14 to 1. And man, it is fun. I'm a good kicker, so it helps. Dave's going airborne. Let's see. Oh, man. Oh, ho, ho. See, Dave learned how to kick first and then became a very good, high quality jumper on top of it. So, he knows when there's a time to jump and when there's a time to kick. And, I mean, that was a great attempt there. But, learn to play other games. One pocket straight pool, um, banks, one thing I did when I was practicing, I would break a rack of nine ball and I'd put the chalk in between me and the one ball. That way I really was forced to kick at every shot. And I did it on every shot. And sometimes a rack would take me an hour to make every ball, but I'd do it. And you're sitting there practicing by yourself and you learn to kick one, two, three rails. Every now and then you'll have a four rail crick that comes up. It's not often, but it does happen from time to time. Oh man, that is not what Spear wanted. Spear was trying to make the six and get down here and missed it. It came down and broke out the seven, as you see there. Just unfortunate there. Dealing with something with work. But yeah, so I mean, the things that you can learn from each and every style of pool will help complement other parts of your game. Pool and will build huge mind how to control the cue ball for safeties. It just, you learn how to do things, like when you're trying, when the rack's tight, and one pocket does it too. It teaches you how to hit a ball thin and still get a good hit and leave a person in a bad spot so they don't have an easy shot. And it's really, it's very underrated how important that is. And here's Dave. Let's see if he finishes out this nine ball rack after a good little four ball run. So that puts Dave up 4-2. See if the two ball goes in the side. It does, but it doesn't look like you can see the one ball. See, like here's an instance. Like I know a lot of guys that would jump at this ball, and 100%. I'm assuming he's going to play this two rails, so he'll hit this short rail down at where he broke from, and try and hit the long rail right before the nine and back cut that, or the one ball, and back cut that one ball into the side pocket. That would be my assumption is what he's going to try. Oh, he might be going three rails or two into it, two off of this rail, which is kind of surprising because it looks like that two rail length is just there, and it's the cue ball naturally wants to come this way, so got a good couple balls to hide it behind if you miss it. There, but beginning of the rack, the other thing, and I haven't seen anyone do it yet. I don't know that Dave. You do have the option to push in this format. So all those people that like, oh, the APA doesn't offer pushing. You can play Masters. If you want to have that option, you jump on a Masters team or create your own Masters team in your area. Help promote the league, and then you'll have the ability to push, jump, do everything. Only thing they don't do is they don't play 3 foul. Let's see how Spear gets down to this 4 ball. No. So, but oh man, whatever that is in the 8 just got real ugly. The like I think that a lot of people overrate what the push is as far as APA format. You get a lot of people that like, oh, you need to be able to push, and the problem is I think a lot of people forget that the APA is designed for low to mid level players. They welcome high players. They want us to be there because we help teach, and quite frankly, we help grow the league because we teach people to be better. Oh man, that was a great kick by Spear there, but a very great attempt at a safety. Sorry, a very surprising miss by Dave there. Although I don't really know that he's that worried about it because that whatever's tied up with that 8 just is not a good spot. So the APA is really geared for that 2, 3, 4, 5 handicap. And the fact of the matter is that's the average. The average player is somewhere between a 3 and a 5. 7s and 9s, you're in the, if you're a 7 and a 9, if you're a 7 and 8 ball and a 9 and 9 ball, or even a 7 and an 8, if you really think about the area you live in, think about how many players play versus how many 7s and how many 9s or how many 8s there are. I mean, we play in a fairly large area. I think our area has 275, 300 teams, maybe more, right? So we probably have close to 2,000 active players. Oh man, Spear did it again. Went for a shot, got a little funky, and then breaks out the only ball on the table that's a problem. That's unfortunate. It's just that's an unfortunate mistake there. See if Dave can capitalize on it though. What was I saying? If you think about it, I mean, like our area, we have to 39s that play in our area, and we have probably 2,000 players. 100 to 2,000. But even if, let's say it's 1,000 players, you have you're talking about less than 3% of the league is level 9. Just as elusive. So you got to count 9s in that because they're past the skill level of an 8. But so you're talking about maybe 50 players counting 8s, maybe 60. So you're talking about if you have 1,000 players in this area, and I don't know what the number is, but I'm presuming it's more than 1,000, but we'll go with 1,000. You're talking about you're in the top 6%. I heard a stat at one point, and I'm not 100% sure if it's true. Dave just had a really nice out, though. So that puts him up, I believe that puts him up 5-2. Dave makes the one on the break and has a straight in shot hung. But look at that cluster of balls. What is that? The 4, 5, 6, 7 over there? That's just ugly. But I heard a stat that if you are a 9 in the APA, you are in the top 1% of pool players. I mean, 9s in the world, in the APA world. Sorry, I stuttered over my words there. There's a lot of 9s that are like, these guys are legitimate high caliber players. They're not pros. I've never had the pleasure of playing Brian Parks, but I've played some exceptional 9s in Vegas, and I've hung with them. There's some of them that I'm not as good as. There's a lot of them I'm not as good as. There's a lot of great 9s in the APA, but you get a lot of these people. They're like, oh, they're pros. They shouldn't, and they're not. A lot of these guys are just. You feel like that because they're so much better than the average player. How are they not a pro? But It's fun. That's what makes it fun. That's what's cool about the APA is that the different level of amateurs. That was a good safety by Spear there. Dave attempted a safety also, but left Spear the edge of the 4. Spear hit a good safety there. Zooming. Oh no, so Dave I think can see the edge of the ball. So if he can, he is trying to kiss the outside edge of that and go down behind the 8 ball or the 9, one or the other. I'm trying to get behind the 8 ball because I don't think he can hit it. Oh no, he's changed his mind. He's kicking at it. Yep. See, that was a controlled kick. They're making that than I think he wanted. But you see, I don't think Spear can see this. If he can only see the edge of it. And even if he can see the whole ball, he's not breaking out the 5 ball from there. So that's a good controlled kick shot. Um, but yeah, and then man, you just go down the board and that there's such a variance of abilities. It's awesome. It's what I love about the APA. It's like I've never been one to care what skill level I play. I enjoy playing all skill levels. But I also treat all skill levels the same. I know that with the handicap system, especially in 9 ball, anybody can beat anybody, and I got to play good in order to have a chance to win. And Dave makes the 4, but doesn't really leave himself. I think he was trying to get behind the 5 to make the 5 in the corner. Get there. I'm not sure what he's looking at now. Maybe a carom bank. Take the 5, trying to hit that point where his stick was and bank it in that corner right where he's leaned down at right now. So yeah, so we'll see. I think that's what he's going for. Look at that. It was going to. He just didn't hit it hard enough. Man, what a chance. What a try. That's such a creative shot. That'd have been so cool if you made that. I might have had to do a little replay on that. That was kind of cool. I like seeing stuff like that. Spear's going to attempt a 2 rail kick at this, it looks like. I don't know that I've ever seen Spear jump. In 10 or 12 years of playing Masters with him, maybe 13 years now. I think I started playing Masters in 2012. Seen him jump a ball ever once. He always kicks. Not a bad thing. So yeah. Yeah. Before I finish this video. So Dave here, if he wins this racket, puts him up 6-2, I believe. Ball. Dave breaks. Looks like he scratched on the break. It's a pretty wide open table. Spear could run this if he. The only hard ball really to get on is that 4 ball. He's just got to leave himself the right shot to get over to the side where he's at right now, I think. And actually, he might be able to stop it and see it from there. But yeah, if he, and then come around for the 5, and the rest of it's just recording one of these. Oh man, did he get there? Yeah, you can still make it on the side though. I think I might, when I do a recording of one of these, I might try and do the recording in the bar. The problem there is man, it's just all the background music, and then I got to edit it out so that way YouTube doesn't screw with the video because of copyright infringement, stuff like that. So nope. Over. It's either 5-2 or 6-2 at this point. Racks a 9-ball. I may be mistaken. 6-2. Here. Capitalize on this and get his first rack of 9-ball and get up to 3 racks. Some shots I don't expect Spear to miss. The level, which is, it's kind of not true. They're the same skill level by 8-ball format, but Dave is stronger player, I feel like. Not that Spear can't win. It's just that Dave is, he's just the better of the two players, quite frankly. Spear is capable of beating anyone. I mean, he has moments where he torches people. Two rails. Who doesn't do that? I mean, that's how I would have done that. Got a little fortunate roll there. The 9-ball gods were on his side. The ball on the break has a clean shot at the 1. This I'm playing safety. 1 ball down near that 9, putting the cue ball over here on the same side it's on. Something along this lines right here. Good shot at it or not? It's hard to tell. I probably wouldn't have hit it that hard. But yeah, Dave, it's weird. I've gone to the restroom. To trim stuff like this out. Just all the plane in. That way, there's no. Just tried to leave it all in because, I mean, this would be a moment that I could trim, but we're about almost a minute into this little kind of intermission, if you will. There he is. And if it's ball in hand, would be my presumption. Huge shout out to Brevard APA, Island Breakers for this fine establishment, MBM Photography for being. I sponsor myself, but still, nonetheless, a sponsor. Want to follow me on Facebook? It's at Mark Brian Melnick Photography. Instagram is 321 MBM Photos. Subscribe, give me a like, make a comment, share the video, do all the things that help me grow my page. I'm not looking to monetize this page. I mean, maybe one day, but right now it's just man, he overhit that. Uh, Now, if I'm not mistaken, ball in hand here, I would be surprised if Spear didn't get out. That was the 4 ball. See, there's my. I didn't realize that was the 4 ball next to the 5. Give me a subscribe. Show it to a friend. Share it in whatever billiard pages you're on. Maybe your local APA. Plenty of APA players around there that knew who I am at this point from my photography. Maybe help me out a little. If you don't like it, then don't subscribe. But remember, smashing that subscribe button's free. It doesn't cost you. Oh man, Spear didn't I? Smashing that subscribe button, helping a channel out, whether it's mine or someone else's, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. See, you won't get a bunch of notifications from it unless you turn the notification bell on, which I would appreciate it if you did that. I'm slowly getting more into wanting and trying to put like a video, maybe 2 videos out a week. Uh, smash that subscribe, hit the notification bell, give me a like, comment, share it. Let's see if Dave can finish this out right here. There. Did you see that? It almost looked like he like something caught his attention and he was going to hit it about 3 or 4 strokes sooner. And I did last second not to. That was very odd. Yeah, left Spear this. Not a gimme shot, but definitely makeable for Oliver. So did not hit that very well. You can leave it almost fine, and minus leaving it length of the table, middle of the pot, middle of the rail. I mean, that's double tough. Here. Yes. She wrote, "Is it out there, guys?" That was a good match between Dave and Spear. And again, if you guys would give me a little subscribe, give me a smash that like button, give it a little share, help me out. Give me a comment, let me know what you think, and you guys have a wonderful evening. Till next